Mam w sobie tyle energii, ile ludzik w grze komputerowej Nieśmiertelność. Mogłem pedałować milion kilometrów. Nie ma wiatru. Jest po prostu rewelacyjnie. Nawet mój cień to potwierdza, że jest rewelacyjnie, nie tylko ja. Mickiewicz, na rozdrożu stoję i nie znam, gdzie drogi moje. Moje drogi są tam. Droga prosta, droga daleka. Jak na pustyni, czuję się jak w Australii. No cars, no people, no animals, no God. This is the last stage after 2 months in Iran. I know that I saw very little because I came just through the very center of this country. Now I am cycling along the Persian Gulf with regret that I will leave this welcoming country and I have a million memories in my head. Good memories only. Okay, thank you.
Are you fine?
Yes. I odjechała taka Toyota Hilux. To nie jest reklama Toyoty Hilux, ale podobała mi się. Taka jest. Wodę. Ja mam wodę. This is an old well. Maybe not completely dry. Maybe we can get some water somehow. A good place to hide behind it at night. Spadają mi krople z kasku i spadają. When painting Iran, it would be enough to use 3 colors. Sand for drawing houses, land, roads and mountains. White, because almost all cars are white, and blue for a cloudless sky. The night is approaching. I have not found any water in the evening and I have little food. But I want to stay here, in the wilderness. I will dream of plants and a shade where I could rest. Jadę przy morzu do Zwalnia, żeby słuchać fal, ale nie mogę tam wejść, bo mam krem UV na skórze i nie mogę pływać dlatego. Właśnie to jest taki paradoks. Iran is a new fragrance for me. I use it because the chain dries out quickly due to the hot air. Marzy mi się tutaj pojechać w ryby z kimś, ale na razie nikogo nie ma w tym porcie.
Tylko jedna pora. I ona jest o 8:30 już się nie ma.
Unfortunately, I woke up too late and got nothing to eat. They have such a habit that you have to be present at the appointed time. Then it is too late. Jeść mi się chce jak zawsze. Nie ma co jeść. droga prowadzi do takiego portu ostatniego, takiej wioski portowej. I lost the British SIM card. I'm so sad because I am using this SIM card for bank, for example. But I get in trouble. Someone is waiting for me. There is always someone waiting for me somewhere. Jest rano i muszę tam iść. Jestem już cały mokry i szczęśliwy. My bike is built very simply. I have solid but universal parts. I can't have any news because I would not buy spare parts in Asia, Africa or South America. And I don't have this fear anymore when my spoke breaks due to my luggage load. Then the wheel disintegrates immediately usually and you cannot continue the trip. The chain should be replaced every 1,500 miles because it stretches while cycling and damages the other parts of the bike. I replaced tires every 8,000 miles. I became a mechanic over time. But the bicycle is not a computer, it is just a little more complicated than a pencil. Tu jest moja tymczasowa pracownia. I don't have too much free Iranian visa days, so I have to hitchhiking. Because it would be impossible just to cycle. It's too far, because Iran is very large, really. Absolute everyday life. A person I meet invites me to his home. Something similar in Europe or America certainly does not happen. I am just waiting for the next. I waited a long time for the car, but no one wanted to stop. The situation is getting really difficult because my visa is expiring and I have to leave this country quickly. Meanwhile, evening is approaching. I have found a side road because maybe there will be a village, some building where I can safely spend the night. Na samym południu to jest Zatoka Perska, samo południe Iranu. Totalne zadupie. I oni ci kierowcy jakoś, tak jak w centrum, się zatrzymywali bardzo szybko. Sytuacja wygląda tragicznie. Oni się po prostu w ogóle nie chcą zatrzymywać, ci lokalni. Oni się, nie wiem, może się boją, może nie wiem. Again in the evening I get off in unfamiliar place and I have to find something to sleep on. This is everyday life, routine, but I remember the first day of my trip, when I was scared at night walking around the suburbs of Kyrgyz capital Bishkek, and I asked timidly if I could pitch up the tent in someone's garden for safety reason. stay on this beach because I trust the people here. I want to stay, read and sleep. O świcie znowu jadę do głównej drogi, która prowadzi do granicy z Pakistanem.
Salam, salam. I'm standing here, I'm standing and nothing. Just no one will pick up. Somewhere. Take me, no?
I was standing all day, but maybe one car passed by every hour. Sometimes a car stopped, but usually they just didn't have space, or I could communicate either. In the evening I am resigned and hungry. I have to go to the beach again to spend another night there. The fear, however, is getting bigger because I have to leave Iran quickly. And again a night on the beach. I really don't regret. Iran is also tracking motorbikes in the wilderness in the evening. Its red light, barely noticeable in the distance, shows me the direction, where perhaps there is some human settlement and we'll be able to buy something to eat, and possible also find accommodation. Iran is also a surprise when in the evening I show information written in their Farsi language that I would like to buy something to eat. They give a negative sign. I was surprised because I met with great hospitality everywhere. Then someone explains to me that the people in the countryside can't even read their own language. And it's getting dark again. I hope that this is the last night in Iran.
Właśnie, this is my driver.
What is
And me.
Iran? Iran is local thin bread, which is baked a second before purchase. It's still hot, but I tear it apart with my fingers. Iran is talk in a pipe smoking rooms about fruit flavors.
I love you, Afghanistan.
They are immigrants from Afghanistan. They make a living by finding rare metals and then selling them at a scrapyard. I admit I was afraid to spend the night with them.
افریقا غرب اینده
Tam?
جنوب
Tam jest Afryka. Żebym się nie pomylił, tam jest Afryka. Mówi, że ma siwe włosy, bo myśli dużo o ekonomii Iranu. Wszystko pociemniało i on krzyczy, że nie ma samochodów, bo boją się kierowcy burzy piaskowej.
Again, few cars stop, so I am frustrated, resign. I try to cycle on my own, being aware that I will face a financial penalty and maybe imprisonment for arbitrary extension of my stay in Iran. Someone I met on the road invites me again. When I fall asleep, I dream of a road, because the road is my home, and a bright, clean, yellow stripe as a flawless will continue my journey. During my trip, I never hesitate if I should continue. At dawn, I leave the house on the hill and try to cycle myself, not counting on passing cars also, which are hardly ever there. My host had to get up earlier because he has 2 jobs to pay off the mortgage. I convince someone in sign language that I am able to fold a non-foldable bicycle and pack it even into a small car trunk.
Ale na bezrybiu i rak ryba.
Someone dropped me off at a crossroads. I spent the whole day talking to the drivers, so I would love to stay alone for the night. When traveling alone, you are never really alone because every second person you meet wants to talk to you. But I don't realize that this is a hazardous zone in Iran and tourists cannot be alone in this part of Iran.
Będziemy jechać do granicy. Tak, to są moi przyjaciele.
People notify the police quickly. They come with 4 cars. They are equipped with long weapons.
Tam jest granica. Muszę przejść przez kilka posterunków.
I entered the dangerous border territory because of the kidnappings and I am escorted by the police, whose jeep sets the route ahead of me and the motor follows me. The soldiers are giving me some green tobacco, wrapped in a handkerchief to put under my upper lip. I vomit. I am going to the border with Pakistan.